Charlie, in your opinion, should Redskins fans be panicked over the fact that Jordan Reed is already on the PUP list on day one of training camp?
Well, concerned, but I think you have to be concerned every day whether he's on the field or not. What's his injury history? How many concussions does he have? The guy has had a lot of injuries, and you hate to say this, but haven't done this in the real world, and I've done it. Hey, I would have signed Jordan Reed too. I signed players. I signed Ken Harvey, 4-time Pro Bowler, at the end of his career. I don't know how much more he played after that because he was injured. So the thing you have is history will tell you the future. He is not going to stay healthy. That's the history on him. So where did this come from? Nowhere. He was great at minicamp, healthy, and now all of a sudden he can't practice right now. I think that you put him on the shelf and you put him in a box and open him up on opening day. I mean, that's what you got to do really at this point, and just try to get him week to week. Yeah, you're going to have to be concerned about when he's playing. You have to be concerned too. But when he's playing, this guy's the best separation tight end in football.
Charlie, this team has made a lot of additions in the offseason, either through free agency or the draft. They got a lot of additions on defense, especially. In your opinion, what's the biggest question mark heading into camp? Is it the receivers? Is it the defensive line, secondary? Is there one unit that you really question right now that they have to prove to you?
No, you can't keep it at one. I understand the question, but the answer has to be this is a political answer. I don't care what the question is. Here's my answer. See, that's what we do in Washington, right? That's how we answer questions.
Okay.
Receiver, yes, because you've got Pryor and you got Dotson. So that is a question. All right. We know what we think they can do, but they haven't done it as a Redskin, and Kirk has to get in sync with them. So that's a question. Then you go to defense. Who's the nose tackle? Who's the rusher opposite Reed? When does Zach Brown start and supplement your two inside linebackers who are great guys who are instinctive but not good enough? Who's the second corner? Who's the third corner? How good are the safeties? Cravens hasn't played the position. Swearinger, the book on him from other people, is a strong safety. The Redskins aren't convinced he's a free safety. There's a lot of questions. The good news is there's better talent on defense. There's better competition on defense. That's the good news. So they've gotten better. Are they there yet? No. The offense still has to carry it, but at least the defense is better in virtually every position area. They are in every position area better.
Mm-hmm. What do you make of Jay Gruden now being the play caller once again? I mean, he's done it in the past, so I think that you have to have some confidence, but now all of a sudden it's a coach who's balancing play calling and being the head coach as well.
Well, he has called plays for Cincinnati. We know that. My feeling is he called some plays when he started here, but I'm not positive of that. But game management, how's he going to be with game management, with timeouts, challenges? You're going to have help up top, and Joe Gibbs did, but there was help up top too to remind him of things. We had guys like Dan Henning and Rod Dowhauer and Jerry Rome and some great coaches upstairs that could call down and give him advice on things as he was managing the game. See, Don Bro. So he's going to have that person in his ear. But this isn't the first time. It's the first time maybe he's going to do it in the way he's doing it. But Mike Holmgren did it. Mike Shanahan did it. There's coaches in the NFL doing it right now.
Talking to our good friend Charley Casserly. He's down in Richmond for Skins training camp, which begins today. We want to jump around the league a little bit here, Charlie. The Ravens QB Joe Flacco, I guess the story is he's expected to miss the first week of training camp because of a back injury that he suffered lifting weights. Some reports have him missing 1 week. Some reports have him missing multiple weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. How concerned would you be if you were a Ravens fan on Joe Flacco and this back injury?
You've got to be concerned because you don't know what it is until he gets back on the field, so there's an element of concern. You immediately go to, okay, who plays? Well, I'm assuming Ryan Mallett plays because that's who played last year. He knows the system right now. Mallett has throwing talent. He can go back there and make all the throws. His problem has been inconsistency, lack of accuracy, forcing balls under pressure. Maybe the light will go on here. He I'm sure knows it's his last chance, but can he do it under pressure? And I know one thing, Gruden's going to want to Harbaugh's going to want to run the ball first and play defense, whether Flacco's in there or not. And that's going to be something on the play calling that I'm going to watch, because Marty Morningway, that's not what he's known for. And I think, especially with the quarterback, you got to protect him. Now, Marty's a smart guy, and he'll know that. But defenses will know that, too. So I think they'll challenge Mallett with pressure and make him throw the ball to beat you.
Charlie, earlier in the show, we were having a little fun that RG3's tryout with the Chargers went so well, they went out and traded for Cardell Jones the next minute. If you had to guess, Kaepernick, RG3, I'm going to throw Johnny Manziel into the mix. Who, if any, find their way back into the league?
Well, Manziel's number 3 out of that list. And, you know, Kaepernick, I think, has had one visit. There was one visit reported to Seattle, and they didn't sign him. Kaepernick is a better bet than RG3, the health part. So he would be ahead of RG3 on my rating because of the durability factor.